Hello. An unexpected stream, but on the main channel. Bruce is tucked into bed. Hello, Graham. Better than voting. Yeah, I picked a voting day. Oh well, I already voted. We do postal votes. So, just bear with me a second. I'm just tweeting out some stuff. It's not often I do an impromptu stream, but on my live channel. But, I'm tweeting, so I'm just talking about what I'm saying. Okay, tweet is going. Hey, Alex. I know it's the middle of the night. It's late. Look, I'm sitting here doing some PCB work, and I thought, might as well stream it. Hello, Richard. So, at least this way it's recorded, and if people don't catch the stream, they can at least... oh, I didn't start this. They can at least catch it later. Yep. Okay. And... okay. The text-to-speech. Hello, Keen. Text-to-speech is live. Logo is live. So, I'm making a new TinyPICO version. What? Why would I be making an ESP32 board with the S2 and the S3 out? Who's going to bed? Oh, your watch told you to go to bed. Ah, don't believe everything your watch tells you. Watches shouldn't even talk anyway. So, I bought... well, it's sealed. If I open it, they'll all fall out. I bought a bunch of new parts to replace my CP2104s. And let me just show you if I can find... where is it? I've lost the document. Wow. Okay, there it is. Right. Let me just switch screens. So, as you all know, there's a silicon shortage. Now, the TinyPICO uses... what do people do with a watch to tell them what to do? Oh, right, okay. I don't listen to my watch. First thing I do is turn Siri off, so I don't have Siri talking to me. So there's a silicon shortage, and although I can get CP2104s, which is what I use on my TinyPICO, they're really expensive. And so, and the Pico D4s have gone up in price. So I actually decided about a month ago to stop making TinyPICOs completely. My Micro Bs ran out about a month ago, and I sold my last TinyPICO USB-C on, what day is it today? Saturday, on Thursday, and that's it. I had no more. But there's a lot of interest still in it. It's still one of my best-selling boards, and so I got a massive order in from a reseller wanting a whole bunch of them. And I'm also using the D4 chip in some other projects, in some client work, and I had the choice between pushing them towards a different chip or staying with the D4. And so I decided to buy another reel of Pico D4s, which is another 2,000 of them, because they come in reels of 2,000, and I needed a serial UART chip, and I can get CP2104s, I just didn't want to pay the money for them. Like, they haven't come back down in price again, and it's pretty crazy. So instead, I bought a whole bunch of the WH-CH9102F chips, which is supposed to be a drop-in replacement for the CP2104 or the 28-pin CP2102. Unfortunately, they're not quite a drop-in replacement. They're drop-in pin for pin, but I need one more component on my board to make this CH chip work. And how do I know? Well, I don't have my DSLR plugged in right now, so I know because here is a TinyPICO running with a CH chip, and it took me about 2 hours to get it going because I had to bodge a 0.1 or a 100 nanofarad, a 0.1 microfarad capacitor on the 3.3 volt rail, even though on the chip even though it's an internal regulator, it seems it has to have an external decoupling cap. And if you don't have the decoupling cap, it will not enumerate. I don't understand why, because I have a very clean 3.3 and 5 volt source on this chip. So I don't know why it still needs the decoupling cap, but it does. Yeah, that's, well, it's supposed to be, hey Christian, it's supposed to be cycling. But what I did was well, let me go back to here. If I go back into the REPL, there we go. So now it'll be a cycling LED. So it's running MicroPython, and this is using the CH chip. But I've had to bodge, you can't see it, I've had to bodge an 0402 capacitor on there. Hello Chris! Have not seen you for ages. I was actually going to post on Discord the other day to ask if anyone had heard from you. I was a little worried that I hadn't seen you or heard from you for a while, but I'm glad you're here and around. So, to get this, hey Peter, and who else has popped in? Anyone else? Citizen Blank, hello. Oh, Brad, hello Brad. I hope you've all voted, for those of you supposed to be voting. We have a federal election on here at the moment. So I need to get this cap on, unfortunately. Hello, samples and tests. If I don't put the cap on, then I can't use these chips. And I've only bought 1,800 of them. The thing is, they're a third of the price of the CP2904s, which is a very compelling reason to use these instead. I'm around, just not as much lately. Food by Elbow has been a disincentive to chatting. Sorry to hear, mate. I really sorry you've been unwell. Is your elbow going to improve? Is it like an injury, or is it just a getting old thing? Hello, Dave Paul Jones. I hope it's something that will improve. If not, that's going to suck. Anyway, so if you read through here, they need a driver on the host, right? Oh, hello, Nerodoc. They do. They need a separate install of a driver, which also sucks. Now, that's always been the case up until recently, where a lot of the CH chips now don't need a driver. They're built into Windows and into Mac OS, but this particular chipset needs a driver. But there are drivers, and what's pretty cool is, if I can find, did I leave the website open? Too many pages. Oh, let's just use this one. Oh no, we do. Yes, open. No, 1 second. WCH dot. Okay, well this is not their English one. Let me just change to English. What's really cool though is that they have been putting a lot of effort into their chips recently and into their drivers. And like their latest driver is only a few days old. If I can get to the driver, let me just CH. Let me just grab the driver. Grab the link. Right here. So it's actually from the 13th of the 5th. I mean, that's pretty crazy. 1.7, and it works. I did have a little bit of an issue getting it in on my machine, and I think it could have been just me. But yeah, you need a separate driver. Injury plus getting old. Might be able to fix with surgery by relocating and oh, ouch. I'm sorry to hear, mate. Sometimes you get away without a decoupling cap, sometimes you can't, and sometimes it's marginal and you don't discover until you've gone into production. Yes, I know all about that. CP2102N, keen. Hello, Mr. England. I have some ESP Node MCU that have to hold prog pin and reset to upload. Has CH chip. Get an earlier one as different chip. Yeah, now this is all auto. I mean, I can flash this now. I can do whatever with this chip. It seems to be working fine. So like if I go into here, I should be able to do a X. Well, if I enumerate, if I have a look, you can see that it, in this case, it appears as a USB modem, which is the operating system's name now, and then also the WCH USB serial. So there's two, or you might not be able to read that. It enumerates as two different things. That's what happens now if you put an external driver on. If you don't put the external driver on, it won't enumerate here though. But I should be able to now go esptool.py. Actually, what can I do? I just want to read. I'll do a chip ID. So if I go esptool minus p /dev /tty dot wch and chip ID, and it connects and reads. So as you can see, I don't have to go into download mode. I don't have to push anything to make it work. All I have to do is just like it would be a CP or any other chip, right? You can talk to it through ESP-Tool and do what you need to do. So it is a drop-in from that point of view, but you need to have drivers installed. I know that sucks, but up until recently, you had to have drivers installed for Scilabs as well. So it's not really that different. So just a quick on a side note, Chris, I got the same thing. I've got degenerative arthritis in both my shoulders, and it's never really going to get better. And I manage it through being very careful with my movement on my shoulders. And the only solution is surgery. And surgery has a lot of ramifications for it, and they want me to wait until I'm considerably older before I consider doing surgery on my shoulders to fix the issue, because I'm going to get other things go wrong potentially, and it's just not worth it at my age. So I still got to fix slices. It shouldn't be leaving any debris there. I don't know why it does. Anyway, so because of this, I need to add a cap. And if I'm going to add a cap, well, I need to repanelize the boards. And if I'm going to do that, I want to do it in KiCad, not Eagle. So I'm bringing the board into KiCad. Now, if it's going to be in KiCad, I'm going to also go through and fix a lot of the component footprints and shapes and stuff that I am now using on my new boards instead of using whatever the old Eagle footprints were. And in doing that, I might make some other changes as well. I don't know. It's going to be a V3, not a V2. And so there'll still be V2s out there. People have V2s. You can't change the color of slices. Slices is just RGB. Like, there are some effects that you can change the color of, and some you can't. Bison, well on our way to Abbott's. I can't even pronounce that, but that sounds awesome. Have a great time. Abbott's with yeah. Enjoy your day, or whatever time it is for you, Paul. Get a few issues with surgery won't fix, which are more severe problems, but I hope to be able to somewhat function. Sorry, mate. Sorry to hear. Hello, Ted. All is well. Thank you. Hey, Ken, you can also do logo trails and then blue, or logo blue trails. Now, you can mix the two together. So, I've already switched out to an improved... Getting old does suck. It does. It really does. I've already switched out the USB to a new, an updated footprint. I've also switched out my Pico D4 to an updated footprint, slightly different. And my LDO, because I've been evolving those over time, and I'm going to go through and I want to fix a whole bunch of things. And then the question is, do I keep the design the same though, like functionality, or do I change it? I don't know. See, I've got a whole bunch of panels here that are my existing V2, but I do have some CP204s left. Not many, maybe 100, 150. but I'm out of Pico D4s, but they're on the way. I should have them on Monday. So I can make more USB-C TinyPICOs as they are the V2 ones now. And I'm planning on making some as soon as my D4s come in. But then I will have to shift to the to these new chips if I'm going to continue making them. So I just have to mark them on the package what version they are. I was going to say, I love your work and my time. Thanks, Tim, Senator 30. Hello, Dutch Maker. I'm really glad. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. So let's change. I'm just going to go and clean up some of these footprints to newer ones. So anyone that's using those, I want to change to that one. Cool. Not sure if you can see that change here, but that's the old, new. These are my Schottky diodes. And then I want to, I think I might have a new one of these. Annoying how that comes up in the same window all the time. If I do, what would I have called it? I think it's that. Change. Did that change? It did, a little bit. Okay. Hey, Death Shaker. How you doing? Have you had to do any tweaking to your solder mask shape to compensate for hand application on those tiny footprints? No. All of my... So, when I first started, like the very, very first TinyPICO boards I made, I did make them... well, I don't hand... So, like, I would never assemble one of these with an iron, right? I'd always use stencil or paste. But I used to lay them out in a way that I could easily do them with tweezers and not knock other parts and stuff. But I've since got better at that type of stuff and don't need to do that now. So I've been packing my stuff in pretty tight. This is not tight. This is tighter than my original TinyPICO. But yeah, if you look at some of my new layouts, they're this spacing here between resistors and LEDs. Yeah, no, it's more like no, I can't, it's more like this spacing, right? Like really close. So, because of the densities of the stuff. Okay, I want to change all of my... A glass of scotch has degraded. Started working on projects. Yay. Well, you're not working on projects. I mean, the hand pasting having a bit of directional dependence to feel at that angle. Directional dependence. I'm not sure what you mean by directional dependence. I don't use larger pads for hand. Yeah, I'm just using the same. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. I need to, yeah, I'm just not understanding. Yeah, sparkles is cool. You made it black, did you? Black sparkles, which means nothing gets filled in. Okay, so sorry, I want resistors. So I've started using some of the KiCad footprints now. Rather than my own custom ones, just for some things. So like these were mine, and then these are my old ones. I did much smaller ones, but now I'm going to, anyway, these ones. That's interesting. They all used That's a really old design in Eagle. When you squeeze the paste, it gets a bit more pressure in the direction you're pressing. A bit more. Right, but why would I need to? What's that got to do with hand application? I mean, all of my. Are you right? So you're saying because I hand stencil, have I changed these to compensate for that? No, I haven't. No, you just got to be careful how you paste. Like, you know, yes, it's possible with hand pasting to pull paste off as you're going past. It's about getting the right pressure and the right pace. Yeah, if that makes sense. If that's what you're asking. Parts at 45 degrees. Get any paste, booger or underfill because the direction. Yeah, no, nothing like that. No, not at all. I do. So I use my vacuum stencil contraption. And there is zero space between the stencil and the PCB. It is a vacuum sandwich together, really, really tightly. I can put stacks of pressure on the squeegee and be really ridiculous with it and get no paste oozing in underneath the stencil. Does someone say pasta? No, paster. Hello, cable tie. So, yeah, the angles don't really make any difference. Just popping in. Okay. Thanks for popping in. Okay, I need to get... hello, Idirian, or however I pronounce it. One day you're going to have to let me know. No, I don't want to do PCB graphics and text. No, reference designators and values. And I want them not visible. Okay, good. All the ones that were between the little resistors. That was totally correct. Idirian. Okay, well, I'll forget that for next time. It's not that nice outside. It's freezing outside. And it was so freezing this morning. Okay. So the question is, do I move away from the APA and go for an RGB LED like I do, like a WS type on this? That'll make a significant change. No, I probably want all the libraries and everything else to stay the same. Like, do I expose IO 0? Freezing. Okay, it was cold. It was cold. Cold. I don't know. This morning it would have been single digits. Like, I think it was like 6 degrees or something this morning. So, okay, not freezing. I apologize. So, right, I still haven't put... That was great I did that, but I haven't actually put the decoupling cap on. Very cold in South Africa this morning too. What's on the other side of the world? John, but hello John. So I need on this VDD VIO 3 volts, I need to stick a cap. So... Oh, I hate how that does that. Okay. And let's add, oh, well, I just realized you can't see what I'm doing. I apologize. I just stuck a, oh, no. Oh, I must have something selected. That was interesting. Okay, I thought I was putting a cap in, but I must have had something selected on the PCB. Okay, let's annotate that. Now it's going to have a complaint about my USB connector when I try to bring this in, when I update. As long as delete is off, that is okay. Update PCB. So there's 8 errors, but it's to do with the USB connector. Don't change anything that may introduce support issues. Yeah, I know. Oh, well, that was the thing, and I don't want to introduce any support issues. Honestly, I don't. It's got to go somewhere there. It's really have to change the footprint. So I haven't pushed the footprint changes back to the schematic, which I should have done. I'll do that later when I do a cleanup of it all. Sisters SMD. Hey Michael, so for those who caught it late, I do have this change already done on the board. I hacked it onto my board, so I have proven that these chips work, which is really good considering that I bought so many of them before I checked. Okay, out of interest, I'm going to make that 2F. Okay, I mean, I'm going to have to, it'd be nice if I kept everything the same positions, but I'm not going to be able to because I'm not going to be able to squeeze this in where that is there because there's a chip there. I was thinking maybe okay, let's just turn these off. Move that down. And it's interesting. Why doesn't it want to move? It's a bit weird. Let's. Maybe my grid is not good. See, why won't that move? Just want to say thanks for your work. Hey Scott, recently picked up a few Pro 3 boards. Really going to help simplify. Awesome, great to hear. I hope you enjoy using them. Why can't I move this? I can move it, but I can't use D for drag for some reason. Right, it doesn't like, won't let me move this one. Is it locked? It's not locked. So normally that happens if there's a, oh, you know what I should do? There could be a design rule issue. Let me import, select all. And let's select it from KiCad, P32, P4, TinyPICO 3. Open. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm now using the stack up information. Right now I can move it. So there was an issue with whatever the settings were, but that's fixed now. Yay. So I can get the tolerances a lot tighter on this now than what they were before. All I'm really trying to do is make some space for this cap. It's a bit annoying. I don't want to get it too close to. I'll fix that up in a moment. Okay. So I was hoping I'd be able to move the CH over just a little bit. Just needs a smidge. Just so I can fit that. Oh, that's ugly. Sometimes when it brings it in from Eagle, see, that's a nice clean one, clean trace. But this one, if you look here, look at all of the bits that's in there. It's done a really bad job of bringing that in from Eagle. Let's clean those out. Okay. Cool. So I should be able to, I should have actually dropped this down as well, maybe. Okay. Whoop. Okay, I can definitely get that in here now. Still no simplify path tool in KiCad. I don't think so. Rotated 45. Which one? This one? 45? Yeah, the other way. I will. I'll play. I think you're talking about this one. Yeah. I mean, I can definitely put it there-ish. Like that. And I might, but I need to clear all those vires out there first. So I'm just getting it. I just wanted it out of the way first. I mean, that should really be over here next to the PSRAM. But that's okay. Why you use this and not Eagle? Because KiCad's awesome now. Like I was using Eagle for a very long time, but Eagle's not being updated anymore. It's a dead product, and I don't want to use Fusion 360 for my CAD design. It's clunky and it's slow and it's always online. And Eagle, the development team at Eagle are just doing some amazing work. It's really coming a long way. And you know, I fought moving over to it for a very long time, but yeah, no more. Like it's really good. Really, really good. Hey, Jerry. The family are, well, no, Yuz is getting worse. Yuz is really unwell. Orly's getting better. She's past, like she should be in the clear tomorrow. And Flynn is feeling a little bit better. But, you know, next is my turn. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. I can put that in there. Clear some space here. I don't know if I'll be able to fit. I mean, I can... If I put this right away over here, I might be able to get this. Oops. Maybe, but it's going to be pretty tight still with that via. Hey Matthew, why what? Why? What are we saying Y2? Y2K. YV3. I need to make a change on the board. I'm switching out the CP2904 with a CH9102? 9102F. And because of that, I need to stick another cap on the board. Hey JF. It has to have this other cap, which is really frustrating. Because of the chip shortage, yeah. Socially distance hugs to Yaz. You don't have to, because I have not been avoiding Yaz at all, and I have not got it. Although, maybe today is my lucky day. Leaving clickbait questions in the description. Ah, I didn't say why in the description, that's right. I wrote it in a hurry. Sorry about that. Is there a price difference? There's a massive price difference. The this CH chip is 3 times cheaper, and it's also available. The CP2904 is available. I can get them, but it's just insane pricing. Yeah, I can get them, but they're almost $3 a chip. Well, hang on. So to be clear, if I buy many reels, so like I have to invest in, they're $1,500 on a reel, right? One moment. Let's just go to LCSC. Okay, well, it's very hard. No one else has got CP2904s in stock anywhere. WinSource do, but I got to buy them in reels, right? Like a lot of reels. CP2104. Otherwise, look at this. I mean, $3.40 each, US. So before the silicon shortage, I was paying 79 cents each for them. Right? I upped my prices a little bit, but I absorbed the rest of it. Since the silicon shortage, I've been absorbing many dollars worth of increased BOM costs on my boards that I've tried not to pass on to customers. But but DK or Mauser don't have any stock, and when they get stock, they disappeared. Yeah, this is more expensive than well, no, the D4s have gone up in price as well. And let me tell you, they are horrifically. I know they do for the N. I can't use the N, or the N needs an even bigger board change, right? I need that voltage divider there, but they're still too expensive. Check this out, Pico D4. I know LCSC are not the be all and end all, right? Look at the price. Look at the price on the Pico D4s. They've gone up to $4.11 for 30 plus, and if you think it's an LCSC problem, Mauser, oops, au.mauser.com, Pico D4. $7. Oh, that's AUD. Let's go back to US dollars. $4.95 each on a reel of 2,000. So think about how much I'm selling my TinyPICOs for. $4.95, and so it's $2.80 I buy the CP204. Okay, so it's that's $7.50 of the BOM of a $20 item just on 2 chips. Right, not including my PCBs, all the rest of the components on there, and I need to manufacture them. Right? Like it's nah, C3 is not good. Like sorry, let me rephrase that. There's nothing compelling for me on the C3. I'm looking at making a C6 board, but so stay tuned on that one. But the C3 is just not compelling for me. Without these 2 chips, you can't do anything, right? But it's just insane. The pricing is just insane. CP2104. Oops, not that they have any. GMR03 GMR. Right, $2.66. About the same price. I'm paying about $2.80, but they don't have any stock, and I can get stock, right? But I got to buy them in reels of 1,500, and to get that price, I need to buy 2 reels. That's 3,000 chips, right? I don't want to. Anyway, C3 is Arduino replacement with Wi-Fi, and doesn't need USB. They fixed that yet? It's not. What do you mean it's Arduino replacement with Wi-Fi? I don't know what you mean by Arduino replacement. I mean, there's plenty of Arduinos you can get with Wi-Fi and whatever now, but the C3 is their first RISC-V ESP32, but it's missing a whole bunch of stuff, right? So, like a bunch of stuff that people generally buy ESP32s for yet. When you say they fixed what yet? So it doesn't have native USB, and it never will have native USB. They fixed the serial UART issue. Replaces that level of compute. No, it doesn't. Against the Arduino, no, it replaces the ESP8266. The C3 is 10 times more powerful than a Arduino, any Arduino other than the higher end stuff. It's not designed to compete on the Arduino. It's designed to compete against it's designed to replace the ESP8266. It has native USB UART, but not native USB. It has a built-in serial UART, which they did have a problem in their revision 2 chip, but they fixed it in the revision 3 chip, yes. So it enumerates. You don't need a separate USB serial chip like what I'm looking at, but it doesn't have native USB like the regular S2 or S3 does. And the native USB is way more compelling because you don't need a serial UART chip, and you can do things like USB mass storage and USB HID and MIDI and all those other things, which you can't do on a C3 chip. So yeah, it's I mean, they did it for cost savings, sure, but there's a lot of stuff that the C3 is missing. It's single core. It's got no ULP. It's a single slower core, no ULP. It's missing a whole bunch of peripherals. It's got a lot less I/O, but it's okay. It's not designed to compete with the ESP32. It's designed to replace the 8266, and it's their first step in their RISC-V, right? The C6 for me is more compelling. It's got Wi-Fi 6. A lot of people aren't using it. It's just their programming method. Well, a lot of people. When you say a lot of people aren't using native USB, I mean that's really depends on where you're looking, right? I mean, everyone that uses CircuitPython with an ESP32 uses native USB, right? With the S2s and S3s, so that's that's a pretty big marketplace. And then a lot of people don't even know about. I mean, people are so used to not having native USB on an ESP32 that they might not think that way, but that's changing over time. The C2 is just a cut down C3. It's a cheaper C3. Neridoc. I mean, the C2 has improved Wi-Fi transmission and stuff like that, but it's Catcher Peter, go vote. But yeah, the C2 is a smaller, again, with less I/O again. Complete computer, whether it's got floating point unit or not, mostly. I don't know, like, yeah, okay. It's not how I generally look at MCUs and what I'm choosing for my projects. Let's get back to this thing. Anyway, so that is why I'm doing an updated board with this chip. Will it be a long-term product? I don't know. But right now, other than once I run out of the CP29.4s I've got here, I either make no more TinyPICOs at all, ever, or I redesign to use these new chips. And I bought 1,800 of them anyway, because I've got 2,000 D4s to use up. So, yeah, that's why. I hope that makes sense. Okay, I need to still get this reset. And that's pretty ugly. So let's move this over. And yeah, that's also ugly. What an tie. So I can't put it here because that's where the labels are. The driver change is drastic. Well, sure. Oh, right. Neridoc. Okay, understood. Yes, it's even less. It's not V2 revision 1. What's not... This is V3. My current board's a V2. I had an original TinyPICO, which was a V1. My current board's a V2, and this is a V3. I don't have a choice with the driver stuff. Either that, or I have to buy a whole bunch of CP204s and put my price up. So, you know, this way I can build a whole bunch of these and maybe put my price down instead. And people have to install a driver. I mean, that's nothing new, really. Yeah, it's not the first time people have had to do that. I'm just going to move this over. Oop. That'll do. Hey, Maxwell Sheffield, finally got a live stream. What's the layer stack up of the boards? What do you mean the layer stack up? Well, it's 4 layers. What do you mean by you want the actual stack up? Specifically? For installing a driver once is not the worst, as long as it's supported. Well, yeah, and as I said, the WCH folks have really done a great job in improving their driver writing and support. Like originally, it was quite tough to get CH drivers for your boards originally, and the official ones from them weren't that great, and people had to make third-party ones. But yeah, it's much better now. And then, yeah, maybe this will get included in the next macOS update anyway. Right, so it's signal, and then power. Sorry, signal, ground, power, signal. Sorry, Yeah. So it's just the old school standard, and that is specifically because of the antenna. So I need the ground plane to be the next one under for the way the antenna works. Oh, there's a Western market that likes it. Right, sure. Yes, it's not even so much that. It's just, well, it's a lot of Asian companies only really deal with the Asian marketplace because it's a massive marketplace and they don't have the resources to deal with stuff outside of that. I mean, Espressive were like that at the start as well. So, you know, it's a tough commitment for them to get, you know, to ramp up and get all the people they need to be able to deal with the Western market and all the issues that come with it. You know, whingy, complainy people, and customer support, and, you know, entitlement and all sorts of things. Okay, let's just do a DRC on this and see how bad we are. Whoa, 32 errors and 3 warnings. What I should have done before is let's just do a cleanup. So you can go to Tools and Clean Up Tracks and Vias. And it shows you all of the things. There's a stack of little bits of track inside other pads. And that just cleans it all up for you. So I did have 32 and 3. And now if I run this, I'm down to 21 and 2. And I didn't have to do anything. I have a lot of machines with older OSs and I'm constantly uploading my drivers. I still can't find a driver for my low-cost microscope. Sure. I don't get why no one makes driverless UART chips. Don't know how you can you? Wing command complaining people can grab the CP2902s. I don't know. Well, they still, up until recently, required drivers. So, yeah. Clearance violation. Okay. I have to go through and start cleaning up a lot of these, which is okay. If I can see them all, where are all the arrows? Really? It said 21 arrows. Right, here we go. Oh, right. Okay, well, they are all fine, and these are fine. So let's go back to here, and we're going to clearance violation here. We should actually move these further away. Oops, didn't want to do that one. No, that one. Okay, so that should fix that one. Yep, that one is... exclude that, because that's fine, and we exclude that one. Those ones here, they're just the pad ones. We can exclude that, because that's just the jumper at the back, and jumper at the back. Good. Okay, that doesn't like that. Okay. Okay, and then this one here, right, all these board edge ones, they're just the mouse bites and the drill holes. So that one, exclude, exclude, exclude. I don't want to, yeah, okay. So let's rerun this. USB class compliant, wouldn't need a driver. There must be some I don't know why there is. Not that they're driverless, it's the drivers they use are already in most systems. Yeah, maybe. Chips are awesome, but seem kind of overkill for MCUs. So many ancient signals that are really used. Hey, Alan. Yeah, I agree. And this has got all that functionality as well, and more. Courtyards overlap. Yeah, I don't care about. You can piss off, Mr. Courtyards. Writing on Silkscreen and writing on Silkscreen. Yep, they're both good. And we are down to 4 unconnected errors. Why these missing connection? Okay, that would be because when I did that cleanup before, I lost some traces. Oh, that sucks. That's really frustrating. Okay, the ground I'll fix, that's fine. And ground there, yep. Okay, well they're easy. I just need a ground via here. And we need another one here, just for now. And I'm going to have to fix those 2 jumper ones. What? By is not connected or connected only on 1 layer. Okay, because I've got no copper fill there. I must have an exclusion in my copper. That's okay. Did Adafruit also need to make changes to use these? I think they're looking at using these as well on some of their boards, and they're going to have to. I don't know. It depends if they were using the CP2102 or the 2104. If they were using the 2102, they might already have the change they need on the board. If they're using the 2104, they won't have that change. So, yeah. Where am I going? No, let's not go through there. With lower pin counts to drop some of these unused signals. Yeah, I mean this has got everything. This chip, like if you look at the pin out, I mean there's DSR, DCD, obviously CTS. We're not doing. There's no hardware handshaking as part of all this design anyway, so it's whatever. And then they've also got all the GPIO, like what the Scilabs chips do. Don't know what some of these other named ones, ACT is. But yeah, like they're really full on chips. Like I'm really just using them as a dumb serial interface. That's it. Okay, let's try it again now. There's not really a lot of ground here though. I'm not a huge fan of That's not a lot of ground for decoupling there. It supports proper hardware handshake that'd be useful for talking with old industrial control. Sure, but it's not something that's needed on these ESPs because there's no real way of doing. Oh, there is, I guess, but yeah. So the ESP Feather V2 used the 202N right before switching. Right, so if it's using the 202N, it would have already had to have that voltage divider and a cap there. So it should probably just be a drop-in. Hey, Greg. I hope you are having a good Friday as well. I feel like I need to make more space. What? Why didn't that move down? I'm really not happy with the lack of ground. Getting to these decoupling caps here. Really not happy at all. I can't really get another via in there. Yes, I know it's Saturday. It's been Saturday all day today, Greg. Other option is I flip. I can flip this around and do this. Maybe if I can get that through. No, I'm not going to be able to get that through. What can I do with this RxD? RX. I'm going to go down under the ground. Let's delete that. Oops, what happened there? Yeah, I can't really. See how much more room I can make. Just need enough to get a via back in here again. Enjoy watching your work. I'm glad I saw you on, but I should get some sleep. Cool. Catch you later, samples and tests. Thanks for stopping by. I don't even know how many people are on the stream. I've not been looking. That's interesting. Have I lost my live streaming window? There we go. Okay, cool. IO9. That is ugly, but again, if I do that, I can maybe get another via in here. And I think I've got a, there must be a keep out in here somewhere. Right, there's this keep out. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of this. Remove that corner. Remove that corner. I'm not sure this keep out even. So it's a copper keep out. Yes, it is. It's late everywhere. Well, except for here. Having this ground plane, this bit of ground here, seems a bit silly. It's unnecessary. I might... Oh, what did I just do? Made a mess here. Okay, 2 vires to that is better than nothing. Wouldn't mind joining that. I hate how you can't... how it does this. I want it to go that way. Anyway. Okay. So the decoupling here, I mean, one ground via here is fine because it's just for the reset line. For filtering on the reset line, which is really not changing. It's only ever changing through boot mode, when it's in download mode. And then, oops. And then here, I'm just trying to chop off that ground plane. I've got 2 ground vires on this decoupling cap. Good. Now, I want to move some of these out. This was too close to the chip. It's a real pain in the backside. Look at all this shit in here. We should fix that. God, look at all these tracks. Again, importing from Eagle. Made a bit of a mess. That's better. Logos and TTS commands are not working. Oh, it crashed. Sorry. My bad. Thank you. It's 8 AM. I'm considering whether I should go back to sleep or make some coffee. At 8 AM, I would have already done 3 hours of work at 8 AM. It just times out sometimes. Like that. It timed out after 1 hour and 3 seconds. I don't know why. I'm using the public API thing, so I don't know. That's going to be too close. Yeah. Okay. Need a watchdog. Oh, it's just a Python script. Nah, that's fine. It doesn't happen all the time. Okay, run. What? Unconnected. Oh. Right here, there's that orphan trace. One error. Missing connection on these shields. Really? Don't be daft. I should make them not connect. They should have, in Eagle they would have been. Okay, no errors. Yay. Blame Johnny for not being here. It's all Johnny's fault. Okay, so this is the same board, same design, no feature changes, but updated footprints, and oh, we should Okay, we should clean all this up. Okay, we're going to do instead some copper 3.3 volts, and we're going to want this to be 0.127, I believe, and I can't remember which one has to be clear and which one has to be the value. We'll find out in a second. Okay. Oh no! Hit the wrong key. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Still getting used to some of the key presses. Okay. Did you know ScoMo stopped a boat? Yeah. I don't want to get into the politics. See, if I don't, I got to get these settings right, because that's my fill otherwise, which is silly. I want, oh, it's going to be solid. Maybe that'll help. No, and I need this to be a higher priority, and I think it's right. Spoke width, right? It is a spoke width. Minimum width must be at least 0.0254. That's better. Now we get a solid fill. Except why is that? Interesting. There we go. Stopping floods and fires with more useful. Absolutely. Catch you later, Matthew. Thanks for joining. Okay, so that's much nicer. Let's just change our grid size. Okay. That's a nice fill, copper fill. And I'm going to do the same over here. It's going to duplicate it. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to just set it to be Vivas. And oh, come on. Grab the corner. Thank you. If I could make those handles just a little bit bigger, would be really useful. Hit I to make a new one. Fill. Okay. Probably want to not rely on that. do that myself. I much prefer a good copper fill than a bunch of traces these days. Much better. Okay. Copper fill. R. Wait, before I do that, what's there? Nothing. Okay, let's see ground in there. I don't even know why that's there for. What is that there for? Don't change anything. No. Well, I was thinking about actually changing something near the antenna. That's really tight. I feel like moving it a little bit. I've got to make the board a bit longer if I do that. I don't really want to do that. But that's a little out of spec. A little? That's a lot out of spec. I like some of these little areas here. So that is a keep out. That's why it's not filling there. And I feel like I want to bring that keep out all the way down here to get rid of this wispy bit here. That's just a terrible bit of ground copper sitting there. Shouldn't be there, so that's gone now. Good. Would be, I know what this is on the VNA. I know what, like this is supposed to be 50 ohms, really tiny trace, but the fact is the stack up affects it a lot. So it's not. But it's still pretty good. Like, when it comes to, you know, signal strength and distance and stuff, it's pretty good. Why are these different widths? What are they? Mixed values. Well, I don't know what they are, but get it away from that pin. The latest penguin monitoring system just landed in New Zealand. Cool. Those penguins don't know what they got coming. So what is this width here? 2794. Okay. Make them all 2794. 0.2794. And same here. Cool. Okay, I love that bug. Looks kind of cool to see the animation wash away the old pattern. The what bug? What are we doing? Have I had much time? I've spent a lot of time on the new VNA. I have, unfortunately. I have a story to tell about that, but I will tell it maybe on my next live stream, my next regular live stream. But let's just say, yes, it's been a lot of hours on the VNA, more than it should have been. Hey Platinum Spider, long time no see on. Okay, that's a really bad joke. This joke used to happen at school all the time. Really bad joke. Gotta say, I'm pretty sure that I need to fix the back silkscreen as well. Yes, I do. Look at my logo. That is terrible logo. And this is also... What's going on with this? Logo's broken. Look at these pointy bits. Ouch. Ah, Platinum Spider, Charles Canyon. Well, there you go. Yes, long time. I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well. Oh, AJ's here as well. Hello, AJ. Hi to anyone I haven't said hi to. Okay, I need to change this logo. I have a new logo, an updated one. But I don't have a TinyPICO one. I might have to re-import the TinyPICO one. Logo small, except it's not small, it's bigger. There it is. And I've got a VIA right in the middle of it. I'm going to fix that. There we go. Oh, another one there. Far out. What's if I... So, anywhere there's a VIA, the JLC, they stuff up, well, their silk screening process has a heart attack when there's a VIA nearby. And so it, like it leaves holes and then it leaves streaks on the silk screen, which just, it looks terrible and it's really frustrating. But generally, if I can get the center drill hole away from it, then it's okay. But that one there is going to be a problem. So why don't I instead... Whoops. So if I can move the logo further this way. How far can I take the logo? Don't jump on your tablet, you break the screen. Okay, yes, I get it. I know, I know. Well, I'm glad you said hi. Thank you very much. Yeah, that one there's a pain. Can't really do much about it though. Get the drill bit off, maybe. I don't want to move it to the side. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a new TinyPICO logo. So, for those that don't know, in KiCad, the way you deal with images and stuff, you got this image converter, which is really cool. So I can just go and load a bitmap. Well, they say bitmap, but it can be kind of, you know, whatever. TinyPICO, I got a, wow, I don't even know where my TinyPICO logos are. It's been so long. Probably under branding. No. TinyPICO logo grey. What's that? Ooh, but no. It's not what I want. I need to find my logos. Hold on. It's been a long time since I've had to bring in a TinyPICO logo for a PCB. On the C. Did I? Okay, I'll have a look in a sec. Hey Zoltan, we spoke about C3 before. No, I'm not going to make a C3 board. I'll make a C6 board, probably. The C3 board is not appealing. The C3 is just not appealing for me compared to a regular ESP32. Yeah, that's the truth of it. Is that I just, yeah, it's not like if I made a tiny C3, it would have nowhere near the specs of my tiny S3, for instance. So why would you use a tiny C3 instead of a tiny S3? So yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, because I don't really want to show my file system and every single thing I've got in here, just in case there's some. Right, here we go. Maybe TinyPICO logos. I wonder if I can load that one in. Probably not. If I can find it. No, I can't do SVGs. That's sucks. I really wish I've got a folder somewhere with the correct logos for the PCBs, but I just don't know where it is. So I'm going to have to make a new one. The C6 potentially interests me because it's Wi-Fi 6, and so they're not going to be available for a little while still, probably June, July, August, who knows. As soon as I get a data sheet, I will have a look. Yeah, I don't know what I called it though. So it was a long time ago. That I did TinyPICO. Okay, but I think maybe I can use this. Oh, that's an image, so that's really stupid. I might have to do this later. I might have to remake it. Oh, wait. Found some more logos. Maybe. Not really. I can try this one. But I'll have to chop some stuff off. I just don't think it's going to work. But we'll see. I'll have to chop off the TM and the other stuff. Anyway, so what you can do is... this is going to be massive. I need to actually see how big this one is. Let's measure how wide this is. It is about 12 millimeters approximately. So I want this to be 12 millimeters. And you can say I want it to be a footprint and export to clipboard. and I want this to be front Silkscreen is fine. Just do that, and now I can go paste. Oops, I was on the wrong thing. Why didn't that work? Oh, because my Silkscreen's turned off. There we go. That looks too small. Oh, right, because the TM was there as well. Okay, so let's go back to here. It's actually going to be, I don't know, let's make it 14. Export, paste. That looks roughly the right size, so let's put it down. And I'm going to have to turn that off. I can now edit. Can I edit the footprint? Because it's not actually a file. It's just in memory. Oh, I can. Good. So now I can do this and get rid of this. And get rid of that. And that. Save. And that does it just for the board. So I can now flip it, which puts it on the back layer. And, oh, my thing timed out again. Cable tie is back. Back in black. Okay, so I've got a logo there. Let's get rid of the other one. Okay. So you're right. This ground here. I don't think there's any place I can stick the logo that's not going to be in the way of wires. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's just put it back a bit. There we go. So do a view of the board. So that's the front. And the back. Oh, what was that via? Right. That's a massive via that I missed. Yep. No other place for that, unfortunately. If I put it here, it's just going to let the copper through again. See? But I can put a keep out. Let's do that. Turn those off. I've got to keep out somewhere. Duplicate that. And I will put this just there. Okay. Cool. You've done the lawn. Can't you change your search to show images instead of file type? In my file list, yeah, I guess. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay, I can't do anything about the vias in the TinyPICO logo. It's just too busy, but I've got it mostly out of the logo, which is good. Let's check it again. Cool. Hey Rhoda, so now I'm going to need to panelize this, assuming that I keep it like this, and that's all I do. Actually, no, what I am going to do is because of an argument I had recently, what shall we call it? It wasn't an argument, disagreement with someone on my Discord about whether USB should be shielded or not, should be grounded. I believe you err on the side of not, but every single board I've been checking recently has the USB shield grounded. So I am going to ground the shields. Okay. Which is going to also mean I need to ground these. Well, maybe. We'll see what happens. So there is now, I need to get rid of this. So my ground can go all the way to the shield, which it does. I'll stick another ground point in there. Okay, let's just make sure this is good. No errors. Yay. So, I want to panelize this, and to do that, I do my panelizing in KiCad, but I have to use the Docker version. So I'm just starting that up now. And the reason is that there's a problem with KiCad on the Mac and signing, and it's almost fixed, but it's not quite fixed yet. Okay, so I need to find my panelizing. So you're about to see how I panelize all my boards. I've got many ways I do it, but to be careful what I show on the screen on this file. I'm going to show it to you in a second. TinyPICO V3 C1. Okay, so this is my it's my layout for my TinyPICO, sorry, my Tiny S3. So this is going to be that. It's going to be tiny. What's the file? Path again. Make that bigger for you. So I just have to make this script the first time. So ESP32 TinyPICO V3. So it has to be in quotes. V32. Oh, no, it's going to be KiCad. I believe it's going to have a slash. Yep. TinyPICO V3, and then the board file is... Oh, okay. I'll change it later. It's I didn't update the name of the board, so it used the name from the Eagle file, which is really annoying. And then I want the same thing again, but this is going to be underscore panel, and this will actually be V3 C1 panel, and it's actually going to be in the panels folder. Panel folder. Okay, and of course that doesn't exist right now, so I'll make a new folder called panel. and we're going to, hopefully this will work if that's the right folder path. If I copy this and I paste it into here, an error occurred, not open for reading. What did I get wrong? KiCad. Oh, there's no KiCad folder. Right, so that did not, my Docker didn't start properly. Why is that? Weird. Okay, I have to set up again. KiCad, and it's going to be in /KiCad/run relaxed point care. Okay, now we'll try it. Paste, and it built it, or building it. Well, it's taken a while, but I will now have in my panels folder a panelized board. Wait for it. Ta-da! How is that? That is now a panelized TinyPICO V3 C1, and if I look at the board file, it'll take a while to draw. Right, it's not doing the edge rails properly. That's okay. But that's my... Actually, it should though. I'm pretty sure my other one does. Maybe it doesn't like the mouse bites. Let's see if there's any errors. Maybe there's... I bet you I know what it is. I bet I know what it is. It's going to take a while. I bet you it's this, my USB overhang is not straight and it doesn't line up properly. Come on. Oh, look at all those errors. Let's not do that. Is there a fiducial outside? No, that's the edge rail here. So I'm pretty sure, yep, so here it's not straight, so it won't join up. I remember this. So I need to fix this. Just need to check both ends. I remember this when I was playing around with this a while ago on the TinyPICO each on the T-bit. Yeah, that's a fiducial. One there and one there under the antenna. That's what I pick and place with. Okay, so let's just refill that. Check this. Cool. And what's great is I just save that.
Cool.
Cool. So I save that and then I just come in here and I can just repaste it, except I need to recopy it again. So copy that and paste it and it remakes it. And if I go to the other file and I reopen it, and I said, and I reopen it, discard changes. Okay, I now, hopefully, will have a fixed edge rail, edge cuts. Right, still loading, still loading. No, not fixed. Board outline is missing or malformed. Turn off user comments. I don't know. I wonder if I have that same problem now with my TinyPICO. Let's have a look. P4, TinyS3, panel. I was pretty sure these actually... Oh, right. I know what it is. Yes, yes. I don't use this script anymore. I have a different builder for it, which fixes it. So you notice here, these have got a completely different cutout. I made a custom script for it. So the reason it wasn't working is because it doesn't like the intersecting straight lines. Hey, Mike. So, where is that? I have a script for it. TinyS3. Just bear with me a sec. Right. Yes. Okay. So, new. What I need to do is, I forgot I did this. ASP V3, paste. Okay, so this is a script to do it. So doing that other way, when I did it with these things, right? That's just using like the built-in templating system. This is actually coded the whole thing, what I need it to do. So I need these. Oh. So the path is here. Oh, actually, I just need that because it's already in that folder. And then that'll actually be V3 C1 panel. Okay, so I will hopefully just be able to, here I go. KiCad, ESP, no. Dropbox, KiCad, ESP, they just do TinyPICO V3. So I should be able to run the script. Module not found, PCB new. Oh no, 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 no. I installed a new version of KiCad and I need to now oh, that's not good. Like a school snag was burned. That's really funny. Okay, this is frustrating. I gotta remember how to fix this.
Cable Tie says, isn't this script one that the KiCad guy fixed for you?
he added functionality for me, yes, but there's still a bug on the Mac with because I've moved KiCad versions. I gotta remember how to fix it. It's been a long time. Excuse me. Mac OS. There was a lot of bunch of stuff I had to do to fix it. But I can't remember what it was. God, I wish I remember what it was. Yeah, I can't remember if it's a path thing or a... Oh, no. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to read through all the documentation again to try to find out. So it's really close for me being able to do it in here. Look. I've almost got KiCad working in this interface, but there's still a bug where you can't do it from a standalone PCB new. Yeah, I'm still going, but I think I'm going to have to call it because I can't penalize it right now because of I think it's just a pathing issue, but I don't remember. Yeah, I did fix it. I moved some stuff around and I fixed it. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a chat with him and try to work out what it is again. Anyway, the good news is the board is done if I'm not making any changes. So TinyPICO, USB-C, updated footprints, updated, got the extra, it shows a resistor but it's not, the extra cap. Otherwise it's exactly the same as the current board. I might actually fix the LED footprints as well. But otherwise, Did I change these? Edit, change footprint. I might have done a new one, a new SOT 723. No, it's the same footprint. Okay, cool. Well, anyway, it's good. So that's ready to go. I'll work out how to panelize it. And I'll get them off to JLC PCB. I don't know how many I'm going to make, but I've got 300 of these chips here already, and I've got another 1,500 on the way, and they're easily available, so I can get more. Yeah. Don't like that bit of ground there. Have to fix that.
Cable Tie says, what chip is that?
So this is using the CH9102 instead of the CP2104. So it's a drop-in replacement, except it's not in my case, because I had to add an extra decoupling cap. And without the decoupling cap, it doesn't work. This is it working with a decoupling cap, which I hoodwinked onto the board. But otherwise, actually, I'll show you what I hoodwinked onto the board. There you go. So I've got a decoupling cap. It's not really in focus, but okay. The decoupling cap is right there, and it's pressed against the 3.3 volt pin just here, and I've got a trace going over to ground, like a trace, like a wire. So if I don't have that chip, if I don't have that decoupling cap, the chip does not enumerate. But if I do have the decoupling cap, it does enumerate. And they say that in the datasheet quite clearly. So it's not like I didn't know. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because the 3.3 volts inside that the decoupling for is for it's for this side of the chip talking to the D4. I don't understand why it doesn't enumerate this way, unless the whole USB subsystem is running off 3.3 volts. And which is different to the CP2904. With the CP2904, if I supply it 5 volt power, even if there's nothing else connected to the chip, it'll still enumerate as long as D plus and D minus is connected. But with this chip, it doesn't. You need to have the 3.3 volts on and decoupled, or it won't enumerate. My bodge skills are getting better. Not really. Well, my bodge skills are better when I'm not on a stream doing it. When I'm on a stream doing it, my bodge skills are bad because I can't do it in front of other people. Yeah, I know internally stuff's running at 3.3 volts, but the USB side should still be 5 volts. Well, it is on the CP2904. Clearly in this chip it's not. And even though I was getting a steady 3.3 volts on that pin, it still wouldn't enumerate until I put the decoupling cap. And it says that very clearly in the datasheet. If I just go back to here, it says pin 5, which is the 3V IO power supply input, requires an external 0.1 decoupling capacitor. And if you look at all of the different power ways they... Right? So in my case, I'm doing... my power scheme is all USB power supply, 5 volts, USB 5 volts, V3 connects to capacitor only. They all still needs capacitor, 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 capacitor. There's no version that doesn't need a capacitor on the 3.3 volt pin. So, yeah. Anyway, I still don't understand why it doesn't enumerate without it. Like, it's just decoupling. Like, I get that it's for it to make the voltage rail stable, but I don't know why they don't make it stable inside the chip. Anyway, so it's done. So, alright, big yawn. I am going to call it, I think. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining. Those of you that jumped in, it was actually, I had a lot more people on here than I thought I would, considering the time of day. I hope all the Aussies got a chance to vote, and I hope you all voted smart. I'm not going to go into the politics, but if either of your top votes was Labour or Liberal, bad. Because they're both shit. Anyway, done. I'm out of it. See yawn. Yeah, it was this. Oh, no, I just yawned. Right. Yeah, I'm very tired. Not sleeping well. Anyway, so I'll find out tonight if I have COVID. I did a test this morning that was inconclusive. Tonight we'll find out if it's conclusive or not. But yeah, thank you all. Thanks, Senator 30. Appreciate you all joining. I will, catch you all later next week. I have you... No, not PCR test. I'll just do another rat. Oh, hello, Yuz. When did you get here? I'm going to come in and do a test. Because I feel like crap. So, you need a Monster Lonnie... What's a Monster Lonnie party? I don't know what that is. How can it be inconclusive? When it's the solid no line and a super faint positive line. I need that super faint line to get stronger. You need the freezer. Ah, right. Needs to come in. Okay, I'm going to go because Yaz has to come in. And obviously doesn't want to say hi to everyone on here because she's not well. Bye. Take care. See you next time.